grab your favorite blanket, get cozy, and buckle up, for once you enter, there's no turning back. Dark Gorge. The full moon hung high in the sky, casting ghostly shadows across the desolate landscape of Dark Gorge, known for its thick forests and a chilling legend whispered among the townsfolk. It was said that every Halloween, the boundary between this world and the next grew thin, allowing the spirits of the damned to roam free. On this particular night, Johanna, a curious, adventurous woman in her 30s, decided to explore the woods, fueled by a mix of bravery and skepticism. As she walked deeper into the heart of the forest, the air grew heavy with an eerie silence, broken only by the crackling of dry leaves beneath her feet. The trees towered around her like ancient sentinels, their gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal hands. A shiver crawled up her spine, but she brushed it off, convincing herself it was merely a chill in the air. The path twisted and turned, leading her further away from the muted glow of the town until she was enveloped in an unsettling darkness. A sudden rustling in the bushes caught her attention. An animal? Perhaps a deer? With her heart racing, she edged closer, but as shadows danced around her, the rustling stopped, replaced by an oppressive stillness. As she approached the mirror, she examined her reflection. The hair on her arms prickled as she noticed a flicker, a shadow moving behind her. Whirling around, she found nothing but the heavy darkness chasing the edges of the clearing. Heart pounding, she turned back to the mirror, only to see her reflection staring back with a horrified expression, even though she now wore a mask of determination. A gasp escaped her lips. She wasn't alone in that reflection. Dark, smoky shapes swirled within the glass, their features indistinct but undeniably sinister. The mirror twisted reality, showing a world where the shadows took form, writhing and beckoning her closer. She tried to step back, to turn away from the mirror, but an unseen force held her in place, anchoring her to the spot. Suddenly, a chill swept through the clearing, and a faint whisper echoed, the words lost to the wind but filled with an unearthly urgency. The boundaries of the mirror throbbed like a heartbeat, pulsing with a sinister energy that threatened to consume her. She frantically searched for an escape, but the shadows reached out, wrapping around her like vines, pulling her closer to the mirror's surface. The forest seemed alive, branches whipping at her, roots reaching out to entangle her feet as panic surged through her veins. She could hear them now, the voices. A chorus of the lost, the damned, urging her to return, to join them. The shadows trailed her, swarming and swirling, a dark tide threatening to pull her under. Desperation fueled her sprint until, finally, she broke through the tree line, the familiar glow of the town flickering in the distance. But the shadows didn't relent. They surged forward as she crossed the threshold, bursting past the boundary of the woods, intent on following her into the light. She dashed down the main street, the chilling whispers fading but not disappearing, each step weighing heavier than the last. Her heart raced, believing she had escaped, that she was safe. But as she reached her front door, she could still feel their presence behind her, the darkness lingering at the edge of her vision. A lone crow cawed from a nearby tree, a warning that sent a wave of cold dread over her. With trembling hands, she fumbled for her keys, pushing them into the lock. The door creaked open, and she stumbled inside, locking it behind her, pressing herself against the wood as though it could provide a barrier against the horrors outside. But as she turned around, her breath caught in her throat. The mirror. The one she had, an antique piece that had belonged to her grandmother, seemed to shimmer with malice across the room, the reflection not her own, but a host of lost souls writhing in agony. They beckoned to her, faces twisted in eternal sorrow, whispering promises of escape if only she would join them. The moonlight poured through the window, illuminating her face, but no light could penetrate the depths of the mirror's darkness. Johanna, the skeptic-turned-believer, realized late that the veil had been torn. The spirits had followed her home, and that Halloween night would forever mark the end of her freedom, as she became just another face in the cursed glass, trapped between the worlds, an eternal prisoner of the shadows. Thank you for joining us on this spine-chilling journey into the unknown. If you dare to explore more mysteries and uncover deeper secrets, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Your next adventure awaits, in the shadows. Stay curious, stay spooky,